Yeah, so why is Jesus' family line just full of liars and hoes?
That's a good question.
That's a bad thing to start with, but that's pretty much why I'm doing this video. When I first started reading the Gospel of Matthew or the New Testament, when I was a rebellious 14-year-old boy, I picked up this tiny blue book and read, this guy had this guy, and this guy begat that one, and I thought it was so boring I just closed it. And when I, years later, started to read the New Testament, I just skipped that page. I didn't know any of the names, I did not know what he was talking about. But now it's like one of my favorite messages. It's like the best story in Matthew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say so for myself, but you do you.
Yeah. It's for me. It's a good story. Can you just read us like the start of the gospel so we can find out how boring it is?
Sure. The book of the generation of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham begat Isaac, and Isaac begat Jacob, and Jacob begat Judas, and his brethren, and Judas begat Phares, and Sarah of Tamar.
I have ADHD, I lost count.
Yeah, it's really
But anyway, it does say that Jesus is a descendant of Abraham and descendant of David, which is very important because it puts him in direct line of promises and prophecies. So he's coming into the story as the son of Abraham, which has all the promises of God, Abraham got. And it's also a son of David who got amazing prophecies. So what do you think about that?
It's quite interesting.
Yeah. So the family is kind of an identity also in the ancient world. It's like it told you who you are, who your family is, and what your obligations were.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have that in modern society in the West?
Yeah, for example, in Iceland, we are always, the last name is always the father's name. Like I'm Karin Eir Birgisdóttir, the daughter of Birgir.
Yeah. What does that have? Well, it's more important if you're like princess
Yes.
in a royal family. You have obligations and privileges, and people know what to expect. Like you're born into a role.
Yes.
So it's more like that. Like Jesus was royalty, and like his bloodline was important.
It's like family names, and not in Iceland. We don't have that.
Yeah.
Like David Beckham. I don't know why that name popped in. I don't even watch football.
People probably assume a lot of things if you are in the family in the Beckham family.
Yeah.
So it's the same with Jesus. People assumed a lot of things when he showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when Matthew is writing about those people in the family tree of Jesus, he is not just naming those who are his relatives. He is telling a story. Like everything Matthew does is telling a story. He is bringing those names into the story because he is bringing the stories of those people into the story. So when he is bringing that Abraham into the story, like in the family line of Jesus, he reminds us of the story of Abraham. And Abraham was a huge man of God. He was the father of faith, but he was not perfect, and he was actually a liar. He was afraid. When he went to Egypt, he lied about his wife, said he was his sister, and he struggled with a lot of things. So he was not the role model we wanted.
No, he was not perfect.
No. He actually had those two sons, Ishmael and Isaac. Well, we also have one Isaac. Mm-hmm. And he had this like a breakup. The mother of Ishmael left and took Ishmael with him. So it was kind of a broken family. And Abraham could not raise Ishmael as his son because he was away. So that's the situation with many families today. Like kids are being raised up by one parent and the other one is like far away. Mm. It's a heartbreak, but it's real life. And that's like the family tree of Jesus is just real people who struggle with real things, and they are not perfect, but God picked them. Mm. And they had some kind of a faith moment where they decided to follow God and believe in him, and that made them the way they became. Mm. Yeah, like for myself, I probably would not be doing this video if I wouldn't have read this family line story like this, because I was divorced at one time and I was married before, And when I got divorced, I thought everything was finished. Like I failed my mission with God. Like I had just failed everything. I could not be in ministry. I could not be a pastor. Like if I couldn't take care of my own household, how could I take care of God's church and all those like condemnations? So I just quit and gave up. And like it says in 1 Timothy, like all those things you were not supposed to do, I just became. Like I drank heavily and I would get really angry and it just went down. But then there was this like faith moment when I just decided to come back home like the prodigal son, and it's like at least it's better in my father's house than in this shithole, and I don't have to be a pastor, I don't have to be a preacher, I can just like follow God anyway and just be like normal workers. And then everything changed. And after that, when I read this story, it's like all those people in the family line, they had, not all of them, but they had like a broken past, and they still kind of managed to be in the bloodline of Jesus. We should look at some of them. No. So do you connect with any of those stories of those people?
I don't connect with it, but
I mean, are you inspired by them?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it was interesting, like the twins, Jacob and, what's the other one's name?
The other one's name? Esau.
Esau. The hairy one with the...
Yeah, the hairy one.
Yeah. Though Jacob and Esau.
Yes.
They were twins, and Esau was born first.
Yes.
But he didn't really care about the blessings. It was a tradition that the firstborn gets the inheritance of the father and not the blessing. Huh?
The Bahor.
The Bahor.
Yes.
But it mattered to Jacob. He wanted it. And he kind of tricked his father into giving him the blessing.
Yeah.
So
bad man.
Yes, but I still like him. I didn't like the Esau guy. It was like...
It was too hairy.
Yeah, it was too hairy.
Okay.
Smelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that he was doing keto though.
Ah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He didn't just want to eat beans.
No. But I always thought, why didn't their father just bless both of them? Why only one?
Why?
Why?
Why did he only bless one?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Are you just saying this, or do you don't really know?
The conversations?
Yeah, they're giving the conversation.
Yeah, because people want to know.
Yeah. Because like the Bahor, the oldest son, had like a double portion of the blessings. He was the one who inherited like most of the land and most of the responsibilities. Yeah. And it was like his job to protect the family and family values and enhance their estates and whatever their mission was in life. Like, for example, when Abraham was like supposed to be a blessing for the whole earth, and he was having an agenda, he expected his son like to continue with that mission. So he was like following in his father's footsteps and taking it a little bit further.
But Esau did not want that. He didn't care. He just, like he came very tired and hungry, and Jacob, his brother, he gave him soup. Like, do you want this? He was like very hungry, and he dropped everything out, like his inheritance, for that soup. That's how much he didn't care about it.
Yeah, he sold his birthright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Also interesting, because of Jacob, he wasn't born like in the right time. So it was not supposed to be his. So he was like an underdog, but he still went after what he wanted, and he got it because he pursued God with like all those tricks and schemes, and maybe not everything was right, but he had this passion for following God and getting like the inheritance. So that's like if it doesn't really matter where we come from. If we pursue God with all our heart, we can receive what He has for us. And
there's another thing I find very interesting about names. Jacob, that means deceiver.
Yeah.
And he did that. And it's funny, we were talking about the other day, our son is named Isaac, and that name means, and he laughs. And he laughs a lot. He's very jolly little guy.
Yeah, he's always laughing.
1.5 years old. And he's always laughing and he's always smiling. And so the name fits very well. So it's very important to choose wisely.
Choose wisely, yeah. And also when Jacob wrestled with God, he changed his name.
Yeah.
So then he became Israel. And another thing I liked about Jacob, after he wrestled with God, he had like a bad hip and he was like limping. And that's also something for like us guys who are like after 40, like middle-aged dudes who are not maybe reached the full potential of what we wanted in life, like what we could have become. We're kind of like limping because we have bad back and like didn't finish our education or had to do something else, you know. But when our strength is less, then God's glory is like more. So even though we are like going after it, like not with our full potential, or like we have our baggage, we have our hurts, or we have whatever which we think is holding us back, it's actually not stopping us from following God, because he kind of adds up for it, and it's not us who are supposed to do it anyway.
True.
Yeah.
Also, Ruth, she was a Moabite, and
Yes.
it was they couldn't integrate with the Israelis at that time.
She was a foreigner.
Yeah, she was a foreigner.
She didn't have any inheritance.
But she was faithful to her mother-in-law, and she wanted to integrate. She wanted to leave all her past behind and just follow Israel's beliefs. And God blessed that.
Yeah, she didn't belong, but she got a piece of God's promises because she joined. So it's like open for everyone. And also I like David and Bathsheba. That's a good story.
Yeah.
So David was like very lustful young man, and he skipped his trip with the army. He was supposed to be fighting, and he saw this beautiful woman on the roof, and he just wanted her and took her and killed her husband. And she became pregnant, and the child died. So he was kind of feeling bad about it and crying about it. And but then he stood up and just
Changed his
ways, and he had another son, which was Solomon, and he became the next king of Israel. So there's like a second chance and
restoration
after. Yeah, this is all stories of redemption, and
redemption was the word I was looking for.
Yeah, so for me the genealogy is a sermon Matthew was preaching. So he's bringing all those broken people up to tell us something. So what is he saying?
It's like human story, like calling, failure, and redemption.
Yeah.
And what does this mean for faith today?
It means that we're not disqualified. Even if we fail, we're not disqualified. We don't have to feel condemned. We can just start over. So there's a new chance for everyone. And even if we think that like everything is lost, we've just blown it, then it's not like that with God. We can have our moment of faith when we just turn around, and God can make something amazing. Like I don't think anyone expected like Rahab the prostitute to be in Jesus' bloodline.
No.
But there she is.
Your past does not define the future you have with God.
No. That's a good line.
Yeah.
Your past does not define who you are in God.
And your family's brokenness does not limit God's plan either.
No. Your failures don't cancel God's plans for you.
And the grace of God runs deeper than human sin.
Yeah. And this also brings out one point, because Matthew was like one of the least disciples, probably Judas was a little bit worse, but like he was a tax collector, so he was not highly respected. He wasn't really supposed to be there.
No.
No, he was serving the enemy kingdom like Rome, and he was taxing people if he was like the author. And then makes sense for him to emphasize this, like the small people and overlooked.
Because he was one of them.
Could be.
Yeah, if it was him who wrote.
If it was him, I think it was him.
Yeah.
Like after the introduction, I'm convinced it was him.
Yeah, me too. So the story of the king is the story of grace moving through generations of imperfect people. Thank you for watching, and we hope that you subscribe and like and even comment. That would be nice.
Yeah, see you in the comment section.